For this section of our skills lesson, we're going to be reading the next story in our big book, Sam. Remember, we can always find the title right here in this red lettering on the front cover. The front cover always gives us that information with the title. After we finish looking at the front cover, we go to the title page. And from the title page, we can see, once again, the title and a little bit more information. Next, we're going to scroll down to our table of contents. So this is where we are able to find out what's inside. If you all remember, the table of contents tells the reader where to look in the book for each thing we're looking for. Today's title that we're going to be reading is called Tasks. Listen to that word, tasks. What letter sound do you hear at the beginning of tasks? If you said t, you are correct. So we're going to scroll down and look at each title until we find the t sound at the beginning. Looking, I think we have arrived. Asks, tasks. So we know that this is our title. We use our finger to follow along on the page to get to the page number. This page number is what? Page 24. 4 is 24. So now we're going to scroll or flip through the pages to find page 24. Remember, when you're looking for the page number, you can always look at the bottom corner of each page. So we're flipping until we get to the page 24. Some of these pages should look familiar to you all as we have read most of these stories before. Once we've arrived to page 24, we're going to look at the title. At the title, it should be bold or darker text than the rest of the story. We see it at the beginning. Asks, tasks. So we know we're on the right page and ready to start. Tasks. Now, before we read this story, there are a few words that we need to talk about that I need to know you know what they mean. The first word is the word task, just like in the title. The word task means a chore. It's something that you have to do. So if you look at the illustration, you might be able to infer what tasks Sam is going to have to do. The next vocab word for this story is trim. To trim something is to cut something. It means to take off just a little bit. So oftentimes we get trims on our hair to take away the dead ends, or maybe you trim off the edges of your paper that are all ragged and needed to be tidied up. The last word is the word shrub, and a shrub is a big leafy plant, and I actually went to Google, and remember how we Google search things? I went to Google to show you. These are some examples of what a shrub looks like. You probably have some in your neighborhood. The next time you're out taking a walk, I invite you to see how many shrubs you can find. So let's go back to our story here. Now that we know those vocab words, a task is a chore, to trim something means to cut something, and a shrub is one of those big leafy plants, we're ready to move on. So remember, during the first time reading this, I'm going to read it aloud all the way through. Then we're going to read it together. Have your listening ears on as we begin. Tasks. Sam has a long list of tasks. Sam must scrub a bunch of cups. Sam must help his dad trim shrubs. Sam must mop the steps. Sam scrubs all of the cups. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Quickly look at his facial expression and decide, how do you think Sam feels about having these tasks, having to scrub, scrub, scrub? Next page. Sam helps his dad trim shrubs. There's that vocab word trim, and there's another one, shrubs. Point to a shrub in this illustration. Sam helps his dad trim shrubs. Snip, snip, snip. The sun is hot. Sam gets hot. Moving on to our next page, we have Sam spots a fan on the rug. Sam flops on the rug and naps. Then his mom spots him. Sam's mom taps him with the mop. Sam jumps up. Sam picks up the mop. Oh, and you can see this illustration. Boys and girls, and whenever we see these ZZZs in illustrations, that's the way an illustrator or the person who draws the pictures informs the reader that the character is sleeping. So anytime you see these Z's, that's kind of like a little code that illustrators give us as the reader to know that the character is sleeping. And that is the last of that story. So we're going to go back up to the top, and this time we're going to read it together. Here we go. Tasks. Sam has a long list of tasks. Sam must scrub a bunch of cups. Sam must help his dad trim shrubs. Sam must mop the steps. Sam scrubs all of the cups. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Sam helps his dad trim shrubs. Snip, snip, snip. The sun is hot. Sam gets hot. Sam spots a fan on the rug. Sam flops on the rug and naps. Then his mom spots him. Sam's mom taps him with the mop. Sam jumps up. Sam picks up the mop. All right, and now it's your turn to read it to a parent, caretaker, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, somebody in your household. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the screen for each of these pages. You're going to pause the video, read the page to somebody in your house, and whenever you're finished reading, press play, and I'll go to the next page. So pause on this one. And next we're going to go to the next page. Press pause and read this page. Next page. Press pause and read this page. Next page. Press pause and read this page. And now I have some questions to ask you. What tasks must Sam do? Remember, you can always go back through the text to see what tasks Sam must do. Remember to answer in a full sentence. What tasks must Sam do? If you said Sam must scrub cups, trim shrubs, and mop the steps, then you are correct. Next question. What task must Sam do first? Remember, we can always look at the text to answer our questions. I want a full sentence. If you said Sam must scrub the cups first, you are correct. Next question, What does Sam do next? Remember to always go back and look at the pictures and the words in the story to give us those clues. Answer in a full sentence. So you should say, next, Sam does. If your answer was next, Sam should trim shrubs, you are correct. What does Sam do next? If you said Sam takes a rest or something about him going on this carpet and chilling out for a minute with the fan, you are correct. My last question for you is, do you think Sam ever mops those steps? In the story, we don't see him mopping the steps. Do you think he ever actually mops them? If I look at the clues the author gave us, it says Sam picks up the mop. So that might be a clue that he is in fact getting ready to go and mop. If you answered, yes, I think Sam does mop the steps, or no, I don't think Sam mops the steps, both answers could be correct because this is just your opinion. And as we know, an opinion is not a fact, it's how we feel. Great job reading today, friends. I look forward to tomorrow's lesson.